I was recruited by Gene Stallings. After Curry left, he came in and recruited me also. And Curry and Walter Lewis, which is an idol of mine growing up, he recruited me also under Curry. But I don't think I would have been a Tide man if Curry would have stayed. I mean, when Stallings came in, I knew the situation was right, and I jumped on board. Oh, definitely. I moved here from Texas when I was 5, so I grew up in Alabama. I wasn't born here, but you got to choose one side or the other, and we went with Alabama just for the tradition. And Bear Bryant, like I said, watching Walter Lewis growing up was a big motivator for me to get down there, because I know he was one of the pioneers going into Alabama, and he's a legend down there now. In Knoxville, I actually had a couple of runs that I remember, quite vividly. A couple of sweeps to the right side that popped for 10 yards apiece, and maybe put us a field goal one time. I know Lassick had come out, and the rotation we had so many backs back then. It was hard to get in there. So when you got in, you had to shine. But getting the toss sweep is something that we did a million times. I wish we could do it a million times a day too, but we don't. So, but we're getting by, and but that game there that I remember for me was the toss sweep I got twice. I remember going down and getting a couple 10-yard runs in that game. Philip probably was, he's a kicker. He's a unique guy, but he's not like all your other kickers. He's physical. He was a big guy, so he'd go down there and hit you on the kickoffs. Most of the time, he kicked it out of the end zone. But personally, the guy's a great guy, and he knows. He knew the game. He was a student of the game. He kicked and he kicked and kicked until he got to the point where he knew what we knew when we got close to the 35, 40. We got a chance at the field goal, because Philip had that kind of confidence, and Coach Stallings put that kind of confidence in him too. Learn the little things. I mean, that's what gets you over the top, is discipline and doing the small things. The big things that come. If you got the athletic ability and the wherewithal to stay in the game from elementary school on up to high school, then hopefully go to college ranks. It's the little things that get you there. I mean, every coach that I had growing up, from my dad to my middle school coach was Coach Gurley, to my high school coach was Coach Patterson. They all instilled in me it's the little things you got to do to keep going and get you on top. He's definitely a player's coach. I was, had the honor of being voted, team captain. So we met with him every Thursday morning for breakfast, just to talk about, if we had any concerns and things of that sort. But he always would, want to know what's on our mind. I mean, from mine to the last walk-on the team, and making sure everybody was definitely happy. And if there was anything that he could do about anything, school-wise, personally, he would help us out. But to play for him, he's on your side, but if you get on his bad side, it's not a good thing. So I always stay on the good side, so it's good. One thing that that he told us about was going to class. If you don't go to class, I mean, he's gonna call you out in the middle of in the middle of a meeting. We have a team meeting, 2:30. Team, everybody's in there, coach and staff and all, and he goes down a list of everybody that hadn't been to class and everybody that's making F's. So he he went down the list, started calling guys out. Had been to class, or you got F, and he called out every single one he had. So those guys had to go to study hall. I wasn't on that list, thank God. So I never made that one. But that was one of the days he just goes through and in the meeting room in front of 120, 130 guys, calling each individual person out who's got F's, who's not passing, who's not going to graduate. So that's one of the things that, like I said, he wanted everybody to graduate, and that's what we were there for ultimately. But secondly was to win football games, and that was one of the funny stories I got from